Greetings and good morning. This is Youlanda Muhammad coming to you from Ghana, West Africa. I'm doing a tribute to my ancestors, my mother, my father, absolutely. My father was a military man. I give shout out to my father. My grandfather, Felix Valrey, his father was an inventor, created the modern day fishing poles, one of the modern day fishing poles, Felix Valrey. And my mother, I want to give a shout out to her as well, Albertha Preston, a civil rights leader in Berkeley, California. She is responsible, one of the persons who is responsible for the rapid transit BART train to go underground instead of on top of ground there in Berkeley, California. So those of you who are familiar with the train system there in Berkeley, you know that the freight trains do not run through Berkeley, California any longer, and that is due to my mother being one of those responsible for making sure that don't happen because it was too dangerous for the children was getting ran over. Okay, so my uncle Cleveland Valrey, who is yet alive, was a airplane pilot person in the military. So he has like over 2,000 hours flying time, so he's in the Aviation Hall of Fame. So if you look up, Google Cleveland Valrey, Aviation Hall of Fame, my father's brother, absolutely. Check him out, you guys! I'm in Ghana, West Africa still, bye-bye!
Three months into the Korean War, the Army asked for volunteers to form 4 new Ranger infantry companies, including an all-African American unit. More than 500 men applied. One of them was a young man from Oakland, California named Cleveland Valrey. Here to tell Sergeant Valrey's story is distinguished actor Joe Morton.
All it took for me was to see the sign in the recruiting office in downtown Oakland. Join the Army, see the world. There was no question. I wanted to be a Ranger and a parachutist. About 120 of us made the grade. We were the first and only all-black Ranger company, a black elite force led by black officers. The Army sent us to jump school in Fort Benning, Georgia for training. Our brother company, the 4th Rangers, was all white. We became good friends. We practiced small-scale raids behind the lines near enemy headquarters. Get in fast, do your thing, get out. All of us knew it was going to be a long haul, but we were gung-ho, young, and invincible. My first memory of Korea is the cold. We arrived in the dead of winter. The wind and snow never stopped blowing. We rode in open-bed trucks with no canvas when it was 20 below. The pain was excruciating. Lost our 1st Ranger that night, Sergeant First Class Isaac Baker. That was a shock. No matter how much you think you're prepared, that first man killed changes the way you look at things. If a bullet didn't get you, the frostbite would. I was next to my partner, James Oakley, when the ice cracked right under him. I reached out my hand and tried to grab him. He had too much weight on his back. All that heavy ammunition pulled him right under. The current just took him away. There was this one time I was leading the squad across a frozen river. We were taking fire from right in front of us on either side. I heard the word retreat. About 6 guys had already crossed the river, and most of my squad that turned to go back got hit. You don't forget something like that. Not ever. In March of '51, they attached the 2nd Rangers to the 187th Airborne Regimental Combat Team as part of Operation Tomahawk. It was Good Friday. Our commander said to us, "Men, we're going to make history." And we did. That was the first time in the U.S. Army that a black unit was included in an airborne combat jump. Every 2nd Ranger wanted to be part of it. A few guys even got themselves discharged from the hospital early just so they wouldn't miss the chance. We all knew it was dangerous. Guys did different things before the mission. Some wrote letters. I read my Bible. It wasn't the jump that bothered me. It was what might happen next. But I landed right next to a Chinese soldier. Didn't even see him until after a brother ranger shot him dead and saved my life. I dove for cover. A white soldier dug in right next to me, and we heard the artillery whistling overhead. We both hugged the ground a little bit harder. There's no discrimination in a foxhole. The 2nd Rangers took our objective that day. We proved to ourselves and the rest of the Army that we were good as anybody. In Korea, it didn't matter what you believed or what color your skin was. We were all Americans, one nation under God. That's the country the 2nd Rangers fought for. I've heard Korea called the Forgotten War. But none of us who fought and suffered over there will ever forget it. We did our country proud, and we remember.